Club football is back, guys. Atasha. Welcome to the Football Podcast. We'll be back after this game. So welcome back. So it has been an exciting international video, but it can never be as exciting as club football. And that is how come we are all full of joy here in the studio. We are set to preview matches that will be played across the top 5 European leagues for the upcoming weekend. In the Premier League, there is the blockbuster Manchester derby. City have not really started well. Manchester United there and in between. We'll be looking at the matchup and how these two sides will collide to provide another great football story. The other games in the Premier League which we'll be looking at, a potential debut for Alexander Isak since he joined Liverpool. In Spain, there are interesting fixtures to look up to. There is a visit of Real Madrid to Real Sociedad. Barcelona have a home game against Valencia, but where will the game be played? And then there is an interesting game between struggling Atletico Madrid and Inform Villarreal. In Italy, it is a clash of the Titans, Juventus against Inter Milan. We'll be looking at all these here, plus the interesting topical issues around them. My name is Michael Asare, and my name is Nanti Jumano. Today, I am bored. I'm bored. Guys, Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, say.
Me and my friend Fiifi, Manfred.
Eh?
They know you. You are the clean guy. I tell someone, or I see more.
You can call me the sports messiah.
Or Migo.
You know I love you. You know I love you.
But you might go for that.
You know I love you.
Okay.
We have a twist.
Okay.
The sports messiah.
Zigo.
Mina.
You see, this guy is a handful. And then also, Dr. Kiki by me, man. What you mean?
Oh yeah. Left to me.
So, if you know what I have to do to deal with these three, then you will know definitely that I go through a lot. But they are also insightful with the kind of conversations they have with us on the various topical issues. So, guys, yes, shall say free the Premier League. I think it will be a defining Premier League weekend for a lot of reasons. But let's start with this morning, I didn't even see it, but I was thinking through this. Is Pep Guardiola getting closer to the latter days of Arsene Wenger? Is he getting close to dying? Maybe it might be too early. The opponent last season, anyway, how many events cast their shadow? It's so bad from any kind. Should we start to get worried? Kiki?
To some extent, my friend, sir. But since the so-called decline, you want to say from last season, I mean, and showdown and what I mean is that last season, you see, usually as a coach or as a player, sometimes you can have bad seasons.
Yeah,
it happens. And Pep Guardiola, since many who say, oh, coaching, on showdown, a very bad season like last season. So, my father said, okay, it's one of them. Probably, but we started this season and glimpses have started as a review.
Okay.
Probably, maybe people or teams have started or coaches have started seeing his gameplay. And he's an overthinker. He always wants to try stuff. Right now, football and I always say this. When Pep came to Manchester City, the kind of back Jeffrey shake her. And then not that time, we Manchester United, Chelsea and other teams are competing. Honestly, the back nobody could compete. I mean buy teams within first season, he literally changed the whole 11 players.
Yeah.
And now they are one players. And no did or check how a person won the ball. But right now, Sunderland to me free championship, but no 200 million euros.
And also,
Our spending. And right now, the coaches are actually learning. And my friend says, say, Pep, no. Because, like I was saying, Pep Guardiola and Timika said, or the so called Omama Mujo of anything. Manfred. Hefana, if it's Benjamin's school fee by
Leipzig.
exactly. Newcastle, Vote Monday, Stuttgart. And to look at the kind of players, difference is Bakubo Man City, Bakubo Manchester United, and Bakubo Newcastle. So when we meet, the players aren't different when it comes to talent and technical approach. We are literally the same. The difference is team will be able. So the difference right now will be the coach. And the coach right now, any overthinker, and even pen formation in the structure, and they say
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think
Pep and Convo.
Pep. We're provoked. We are provoked. I'm kind of fire. Be one on them. So it seems that it just said Akomea can oil convoy. But I think and life happens. Football, it happens.
Yeah.
One season, we now at 12.
You can't always win.
No, you can't. So but so said the reason when I started the presentation, I was specific. Say with this, I feel after now starting at least it was 2 seasons, 3. Then you wait to start to about.
It is actually a Pep problem.
Yes, but after now starting, I'm trying to say okay, 1 season, let's see. Never this season, but this season the way I started on up Sapine or so. As soon as the season ends, then it's the same thing. Then trust me, I think we can visit what Mr. Boadu is saying, that probably it's a Pep problem and there's a decline somewhere.
Fiifi, let's look at the game. 2 managers with pressure in their camp. Amorim, season start. Manchester United.
Manchester United and
City 4.
City 4.
No, honestly, why would a Man United fan feel Momo can't be a cool, but City what we got? So 3.4 points. Yeah,
3.4 I was 7 points.
That we care.
That doesn't care. You doesn't care. That's care.
So what kind of a game are we to look forward to? Considering the
exactly what we saw at ATR last year.
Mm-hmm.
Pep will try to go for some level of control in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Amorim doesn't want control. Because immediately Pep gets the control, Amorim is in trouble. Because he can't get control. He doesn't have anybody in that team to find him control. Casemiro, Manolo Gat, Bruno Fernandes. And you see, the bigger problem of Manchester United that they don't realize that the closest person to control is the most erratic player you ever find in any Pep or possession dominant team. Bruno Fernandes. 120 kilometers per hour every time. He never slows down. It affects the team.
Yeah.
It affects the team. And that is what Pep will try to stop, because Ugarte doesn't slow down. Casemiro doesn't slow down. Bruno Fernandes doesn't slow down. Matthias Puvre doesn't slow down. Obokamaru match. That one's going to go down. And I was losing him.
Assist.
And you're my also. What's it? So Pep would want to get that control.
Mm-hmm.
Something that could be that Mourinho will hope that he doesn't get. The last game at the Etihad, Pep had the control until the last few minutes. Yeah. And the game became chaotic. Long ball. Amad Diallo, first touch, Sonko. So chaotic. Of course, you have to credit Amad Diallo's quality. Given that 2 goals out of nothing to turn the game around. Until then, Pep was in a good place, controlling the game on and off the ball. Every time Pep has played against Ruben Amorim, he doesn't get to find that control. As Sporting CP in the Champions League, away Manchester City, he went there. He could not get a control. He looked for it. In fact, in that game, Sporting CP literally bulldozed through them. And they had issues in finding the control. So he has to find the control. But that is where you pick the conversation from where Kiki left off. Pep, his style of play is built on finding control and system because he's a control freak. He just can't sit down when the game is not in his grasp. He doesn't have the ball. He doesn't have people who are retaining the ball. People who play back. People who recycle. He's in trouble. So it puts the game into a place where until we are done, Amorim always has a choice, has a chance of winning the game. And that's why Manchester United fans are confident that even Pep alone, this is a point.
Their moment.
Yes, some long ball come bring in B moment and get jam then
Being set piece.
right set piece then blue what's his name? Benjamin Ohenesesco.
Benjamin Ohenesesco.
Robocop. Arim Motose. So that is where Pep is will try to stop. But he has injuries. He has real injuries. From where Kiki was coming from, you look to that Pep team. I would like to look at the average age of the Pep team now. It's not good.
Yeah.
John Stones is entering 30.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva is getting in there. Ruben Diaz is growing.
I think Silva is already 30.
Yes, Silva is in there.
Yeah.
Phil Foden was a young boy in Joy City, but he's grown now.
Mid-20s.
In the middle of the park, even Rodri Cascante, who is not that grown, has gotten an injury that slows everybody down.
But come to table a bit. With the question you asked, can it be that Pep Guardiola is not getting the kind of quality he usually gets? What do I mean by that?
Some players
As in transfers
on the market.
on the market. Look at the kind of players he's buying. Last transfer, the summer. How many players did he buy?
But he went to the Italian Serie A, and he bought the Italian Serie A as best made for that.
Last 2 seasons, Manchester United bought the best young player in the league. Yeah, in the league.
Yeah.
He came, we saw it. You see, right now, the Premier League has created a standard that even if you are coming from the La Liga or Serie A and all that, you are the best player that you come, you're like, drink water.
Yeah, you have to come and fit.
But I think individually, some of the signings have been quality. But on a large scale, if you have to assess City signings,
It's about Pep putting
in
it together.
in recent past, most of them won't pass that test. Do they meet the requirements to play in a Pep team? A lot of them will lack such.
No, but if we even look at those signings for one, again, I think that some of them have been panic buys.
Yeah.
I also think that the last time I said something, and it is very, very, very instructive, that in the modern game today, the coach's influence on the team is probably 30%.
Yeah.
The sporting director holds about 50% of it because he makes almost every decision.
Yeah.
Is it not that maybe at the tail end of Chiki's game,
Okay.
he literally just, when any third Pep says, I need center back, and goes to buy somebody. Because Abdulkader could set up.
That's not really.
He was in the French League. By the time we slept and woke up, they said there's a guy from the French League coming. In English Premier League, at average height of less than 6 feet, you don't thrive.
Yeah.
And after those issues when he played against Chelsea in a couple of games, he never really plays. Omar Mamouche, Frankfurt, was doing well with Google Kitiki. It was a top 2.
Yeah.
When he came, he has been glimpses, some tender bolts and things like that. But he has not really been the Omar Mamouche that we talk about.
And you can't actually tell the plan for him
Exactly.
in the team.
Are they going to play a 4-4-2 now? It's going to be a second
He's
striker.
always
It's
trying
going to be a 10 and stuff like that. Because, and again, they brought in Omar Mamouche at a time where Haaland was getting injured. They needed somebody to give extra goals. Phil Foden wasn't getting it. Okay, Chiki Battistan. Let's go and find somebody to come to it. Even the decision making for Kai Gundogan, I don't think it was the right decision.
And
We're bringing in Kane back from Barcelona.
I think that was more sentimental than technical. Then again, the midfield addition, the former Barcelona player who went to FC but
What's his name?
Nico.
Yeah. Nico Gonzalez.
Clearly, you look at his addition to the City team.
Look like a panic.
Exactly. So I think on a large scale, most of the signings they've done are players who are not really those who've passed the grade or fit that description as a typical Pep signing, someone that Pep will be delighted to work with. And maybe it's an issue, but They play against Manchester United. Issues or no issues, they still need to play the game. Akomea,
Definitely.
what should we look out for? Because Amorim also has his own issues to take.
I'll be very surprised if Manchester City beats Manchester United on Sunday.
I want you to think this.
I'll be very surprised
Mhm.
if Manchester City beats Manchester United.
Ane.
They probably wouldn't have Matheus Cunha and Mason Mount.
The reason why I'll be very surprised is Manchester City has also been dealt with serious injury situations.
Okay.
Key players who can change the game from the bench.
Okay, Mamouche. Or
I think there's one thing that I was getting scared about Pep Guardiola's team in Manchester City. Mike, the only time I remember TSS Pep, Esa, I put 2 seasons abroad.
Unya switch coach years of Wolf.
Okay.
2 seasons I won GB.
So yeah,
That is when I only
Unya the
accept,
coach years of Wolf.
that is when I only accept Pep Guardiola. The time is over. Because throughout in the career, Mike, he has never done 2 seasons without winning the league title.
Mhm.
Germany, Spain, England, everywhere. That is when I met Yasi. But Michelle City team waiting, I'm born first 2-3 games. Then this injury situation. Manchester United were more options to even win the game from the bench than Manchester City. It's not Fiifi can say me say more game new year.
Mhm.
No matter what a Pep Edividibiano, United will have the confidence again we beat.
So how's the injury situation looking like?
I think for now, Rancheki is out. Umar Mamouche is out.
Mhm.
I think Pep, you are definitely going to get for me, Doc. I think there are a few of them too attached to some senior players who are also attached to it.
No, yeah.
And I think this games also by Gianluigi Donnarumma.
So
Potentially,
It could potentially be
so Phil Foden is down.
Phil Foden.
Calvin Phillips obviously is out. Savinho is doubtful. Rancheki is out. Kovacic is out. Guardiola is also
Fadiol is out.
yes out. Yeah, so far.
Roscoe is out for an injury.
Yeah, so far. And with Manchester United,
Mhm.
Lisandro Martinez, obviously, but Mount and Cunha is doubtful.
And I think Manchester United they come on Mutini na no tie Ruben Amorim. He's trying to say Missy Mount the only precautionary.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll share that here the torch just to rest him for. Matheus Cunha was started which is likely so. But the American bench and I say, and then he's a Manchester United started a lot of players on the bench. And yes, so Ugata and I come member class free bench, but these guys they have another way of also influencing the game.
Yeah.
I looked at the kind of performance Masraoui ever bought the last few minutes against Barca. So if Manchester United should be starting a player like Lenny or Matthias Delete, any Harry Maguire and any of the players at the left centre back position, you realize the opportunity to say Masraoui will add a different bite
Yeah.
When he's brought on.
when he's brought on. So I started Dogu, Eligible Daloa, in Buemo who are giving you teams say they about the other Benoit. So that is where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Sesko could also give Manchester United a different approach altogether. Because like sexy, but when Pep Guardiola teams against teams, they try to go long and find the second balls. In the Premier League, now it is difficult for any team to get more second balls than Manchester United.
Yeah.
So almost Mama came like chaotic.
Of course.
Almost Mama came like very chaotic for Manchester City. And Manchester City are picking up Mojo. And I'm here to say it. Don't dominate. I can see somebody dominating January this moment. You're on your man, or better free ball, we better fish, we better far ball for her, we better pick up with you. Better fish ball, on better free ball, we better carry ball, we better my 2 balls still on our alpha. But you see, the chaotic Manchester United, and Manchester United has grown to become a team under Amorim. They've literally created more chances. There's there's hope, sir. And this affairs now move back. Who need to deal class as a United bit to make British chance?
Yeah.
But they are literally
in English Premier League in the first 3 teams, Manchester United, I think Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, one other team at the top chance created team.
Definitely.
Higher XG generator. And Manchester United also play fewer passes, leading to a chance creation. These are the very
right. Yeah. But you see, Amorim Tenassi my Pep Guardiola team we share the same crew. Any no.
So which one thrives? This is a question for Mummy and Saeed. Pep's control or Amorim's chaos when the moments do arrive?
Amorim's chaos.
TV.
Pep's control.
Kiki.
Of course. Yeah. Aggressive.
So let's see. Octopus viewer how am I predicting game now? Is there any octopus to predict?
Jesus Sumiyasimani.
Arun Kiki.
Hi! Spiritus. Shebuyaso.
2-1 win, Manchester United.
Adus Talata.
Unim na kabi before 4. Abrantier. 2 picks. Both teams score, yes.
Yeah.
Man City straight to now in home.
Okay.
Okoi TV ko. I'm confident enough in this game. I've never been confident in any Manchester's derby. I'm really confident.
Unless I
So
see
I
the
think-
lineup.
I think this is going to be a slim win for, if I'm supposed to predict a winner, a slim win for Manchester United. Both teams to score. I agree with Fiifi on that part. But I believe there's something chaotic about this game.
But Manchester, I mean, even for us,
Okay, so how about I tell you, I see something like a 3-1 for Manchester United. 3-1.
who you be a woman showed the Radian.
Babe. On that note, we talk about Liverpool and they are also set to feature over the weekend. An interesting one, but I think the major talking point will be about how will Isak be integrated into the side. He's not had much competitive football in the past 3-4 months. After the season ended, he's actually not playing a competitive club action. He's not featured for any club at all because Newcastle preseason, he didn't show up. So how should the integration go? Because I look at this as an opportunity for Liverpool to add another attacker to their fold. But then again, at the detriment of one attacker.
Mike, this is who will suffer the most. This is quality in them. This is what big teams do. I'm not actually thinking about saying Liverpool bebre. I'm thinking it will really make them stronger.
Really?
Yes. And I don't think Sir Ancelotti built through Alexander Isak just into the game.
No.
Because on said that preseason, many adaptation.
But they say it's training
But
well.
my training, one goes now, what's that team?
No, I match fits.
You picture that pine. You buffer from that pine. Say, oh, bit to say a kitty. Now, who in if you know the Alexander Isak, but opponent in the investigation. Belly will be literally be scared. It remembers me about the Manchester United team between 2007 to 2009.
Yeah.
Tevez more time.
Tevez, Bebaton, Chicharito,
You
know.
Mike,
Mike, see, I started game that room in Ronaldo Nebo. Not bet, over not Tevez never.
not about of terror.
Not bet of sober. No, Akomea, you bring. That is where Liverpool wants to get. But I think the addition of Alexander Isak will only make them fearful. In the Premier League, teams have become fearful. The Arsenal team of 2004, the Chelsea team of 2005, 2006, the Manchester United team of 2007, 2008,
2009, 2010.
the Manchester City team. What they gave 4 league titles they twice. And some you be about pitch now defeated. Some boys need now know what to think. I'm on it. Quality no more. You already defeated. That is where I think Liverpool are getting with the attack. Me sure said air affected players now weapons inside the man. Even Konikapo can even go to the bench and I think Liverpool can play a 4-4-2 with this particular formation.
Okay.
Barca, depending on how they will have to use Florent in this setup. Ultimately, decide this okay. Florent will come in the second half.
So it means
After buying for
that
one
one
minute.
Oh yes,
will definitely be
that
affected.
is how good teams are.
So who will suffer the most?
I think
It depends on the formation.
Mike born na and Kiki born player me who is so be brew pan be Konikapo.
Fee, who will suffer the most?
I think it's going to be Kodigako too, but it's not straightforward. I think that Alexander Isak gives Liverpool and Arne Slot what he probably didn't dream of getting. It gives him some level of tactical flexibility and to be able to play against almost everything. I mean, ideally, from on the face of just pure football tactics, I would have said that Alexander Isak, Vert, Gakpo, Salah, all of these guys probably make the team a little bit imbalanced. But I've said it several times. When Arne Slot was moving from the Eredivisie to English Premier League, I didn't give him any chance. But he showed me that he's probably one of the most dynamic coaches you get in the Prem. And he has showed it again. Especially in recent times. I was one of the people to be quick and say that Florian Wirtz is struggling as a 10 to do the off-the-ball job. And especially when he's filling in the shoes of Domenico, who last season was one of the best distance coverers in the English Premier League. And what he did was simple. Bring Shogo back to right back, especially with that injury of Jeremy Frimpong. And it has fit seamlessly well. So I don't have any right, I don't have any reason to question how Arne Slot to use him. Only but see how good he'll be able to use Alexander Isak. And you see, the good thing with Isak and then Ekitike, that makes them malleable to any system that Arne Slot will play, is the fact that all of them are not static attackers.
Okay.
So that left-hand side that we are talking about with Cody Gakpo plays now, Isak can start from center forward and then move there.
Yeah.
Ekitike can start from center forward and then move there. In fact, Ekitike can start from center forward and drop centrally to come and add up to Florian Wirtz.
In fact, if you look at the activity map, talk of three players, Gakpo, Isak, and then also Ekitike. They mostly perform match activities around
the left-hand side. So it gives Liverpool that strength. And it also makes it difficult for you to go in. So you see, in Champions League games where teams don't sit back, in fact, in the Champions League, even the smallest teams don't sit back.
There's no low block.
They won't open up to come and play. There's only Arsenal last season who tried to be very compact in the Champions League.
Ateta ni tamu.
Osi a year.
Ateta ni tamu.
Ateta ni tamu. Just on roof Israel and Bangladesh. Ateta. So, I mean, that is something that we're expecting. In Champions League games, they are going to use these things to be able to pull teams out and exploit them. So, minutes will not be so much of a big deal. Again, one of the things that we've realized is that players have certain times where their forms do drop.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be a time where Cody Gakpo is not in the right frame. I mean, from now, I don't think he'll take him off. I think this weekend he'll play.
Yeah.
I think the subsequent weekend he'll play.
Yeah.
But then when the Carabao Cup comes, we'll try to bring in Isak small. Then we'll try to see how the Champions League rest somebody and see how it works.
But I think he's going to catch you.
Yeah.
Ekitike, Isak, Salah, front three, Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike, front three. Which one are you picking?
I didn't hear you all. Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo, front three. Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo, front three. And what again?
Ekitike, Isak, Salah, front.
Ekitike, Salah, front three. So if I have Ekitike, Salah, front three, Isak, front three, then means I'm playing a 4-4-2. I'll play a 4-4-2.
When Ekitike and Isak up front.
Yes. Ekitike, Isak, and Salah becomes the winger on the other side. Then if that is the case and he's playing Domenico Szoboszlai from either the right-hand side or whatever the case is, he can even play one extra midfielder coming from Wirtz, who come as part of Isak, Florian Wirtz as the top two. Then Ekitike comes to the left-hand side. Anytime where I want to incorporate Ekitike and Isak in the team, means I'm playing 4-4-2. Now, the big problem, however, is that if you play with this formation, it means that for the very first time, Liverpool are going to expect Salah to do more without the ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Salah has never had to do more without the ball.
Yes.
The plan for him last season was for Liverpool to build, use Trent Alexander-Arnold to find Salah in the right-hand channel. He was one of the best wide creators in the world. Him, Vini, Rafael Leao, from wide areas, they'll make something happen. So that was the strength of Liverpool. So that means that they are changing. And in changing, are they saying that they want Salah to do more without the ball? Is that something that Salah will be able to do? Especially when at right back, we've realized that Jeremy Frimpong is not a guy to work hard without the ball.
You see,
So those are some of the little nitty-gritties. Again, Arne Slot can decide to invert Jeremy Frimpong centrally, like what he did to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then ask his right centre back to defend the wide areas for him. So there are a lot of variations, game dependent and not.
So
But the
it means, in effect, something would have to give, obviously, for Liverpool to find
Yes.
the balance,
Yes.
especially with the addition of
Yes.
Isak.
And it comes down to what Arne Slot wants in games. Arne Slot is a kind of coach that understands that you don't have to dominate every time. You don't have to have control every time. You just have to take good chance of the moments when they come. So that's what I'm coming to. If you look at last season when Arne Slot played against Enzo Maresca, he played in a way that Maresca says that, okay, he expected him to press like that. After the game, Arne Slot says that was the best way to press Chelsea. He pressed Chelsea in a 4-2-4. He lets Ryan Gravenberch and then McAllister alone in the middle. And then press the top four. Chelsea constantly goes in behind the first four pressing line. And they got chances. But then he thought, okay, when it comes to the fact that Chelsea scored 3, I can score 4. So let's let the game be like that. So I think that it comes down to Slot. Isak has come, but then Slot has shown that he's good.
But I think they will still suffer.
Okay.
It depends on a lot.
Okay.
The structure of the team and how they want to play.
Ashamed.
If they decide to play 4-2-3-1,
Mhm.
yes, then it means that Cody Gakpo will be the weaker face. But the truth is, he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
If you are bringing in Isak, because Isak can literally play from there, he won't come back and defend like what Gakpo will do.
So the 4-2-3-1 will be, let's look at the 3 and the 1. So the one up top will be Isak.
The one up top will be Ekitike. Then Isak will be on the left. Then Salah on the right. Then, yes.
Okay, how about we reverse? Okay, Isak to play centrally, Ekitike to the left.
Good.
Because he likes that too.
He likes that too,
It
but
will work. So
it will work.
You think the biggest sufferer in all this Cody Gakpo?
Yes, at the end of the day, when you look at the squad or that 11, he's the weaker face. But honestly, he's a workaholic on that side. Liverpool has always had a forward who's a workaholic, from Firmino, Luis Diaz, Mane. You have to come back and help defend and also help attack.
Yeah.
Gakpo is doing that. Will Isak do that? Will Ekitike do that? Because other than that, the team will now be 10 against 11. Okay, let's play 4-4-2.
Okay.
If you are playing 4-4-2, yes, like you are saying, it means that Salah has to work more because Gakpo will already work.
Mhm.
But we can't afford to make Salah work more than we want Salah closer to the penalty box. Okay, then it means that you have to play Szoboszlai
As the number 8.
as number 8, together with either McAllister or Gravenberch. So that
He can cover more ground.
he can cover more grounds. We can put Salah up front,
Yes.
work around the penalty box.
Mhm.
Szoboszlai will do the more running and cover up. Because if we decide to play McAllister and Gravenberch, then it means that Salah has to come back. Then automatically, yes, we won't want that.
So it is not ideal that we have to look at it from just the negative side of things, that they are going to struggle to make key decisions. But rather, if you flip the coin, it means that they will get a lot of options about it.
Exactly.
I think for those of us who say that it is a good thing, it comes down to the fact that the coach has shown that he's flexible. And if for all of us who don't have UEFA licenses, A can think of these things, then he obviously probably has that already.
That's here for Memo License A. So
Togo license.
So I want us to do this. The last one on Arsenal, then we do some predictions in the Premier League before we get into the other leagues. What's the status of Bukayo Saka? Is he available?
No, he's not.
Is this the best moment for Madueke to convince maybe some of his doubters that he belongs to Arsenal?
See, those who don't know,
Because he had a very good international.
those who don't know Noni,
DJ Madueke. Is it the right time? Because we know he prefers the right.
Mike,
Saka is not available.
halfway, Noni never know.
When you are going, somebody to choose one for
Noni never know.
I'm going to choose one.
Halfway, Noni never know.
How many? And I'm out.
Mazi, you're not yet. Man, you test. And you put motor 3 years in the jump. We, Mike, Noni is a good player.
Okay.
And Arsenal will take something. I mean, it's not for nothing that in terms of penalty box penetrations last season, it was one of the
Penalty was for
penetrations.
penalty was.
Penetrations.
Okay.
And Fan to one or the room.
Oh, go on.
Let me sell. That's your for men couple.
Noni, he go take push you.
Okay.
And he has shown it. Even the last time against, see, I feel like for a lot of the pundits in the UK, it was just because Noni was a Chelsea player. So then, how people view Chelsea things, that's how they viewed Noni Madueke. I've heard one person talk about the fact that today, if he had never seen Noni play like how he did when he went for the international break. Noni had been playing like this several times. When Chelsea beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 6 goals to whatever, Noni was doing these things. He will come. The only issue with Noni, and that's why I thought Arsenal would be an excellent fit for Noni, was that Mikel Arteta doesn't take prisoners when it comes to attitude. Yeah. You won't lose the ball and then pull your shorts and then as if you don't care. That's where Chelsea fans had a problem. And I agree with them. Enzo Maresca had to manage that well because he couldn't be too hard, neither could he be too soft. You remember when Mauricio Pochettino came to Chelsea, there were times where he dropped him and he came to talk about it. Enzo Maresca also did same. Mm-hmm. Noni came to score a goal and then went towards the coach and said, I scored. He is that guy. And in place like that, you need to manage him. The best person to manage him is Mikel Arteta. And I think that Bukayo Saka going down injured is the biggest opportunity Noni will get to let everybody know that well and truly he's a top player. And I think
let's do the predictions. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest.
Forest. Yeah. Arsenal play at home?
Yeah.
To Forest.
At the Emirates.
Oh, Arsenal win.
Forest have a new coach.
It won't happen.
It won't work.
Yeah, that's squad. It won't happen. The new coach is not at the Emirates. It won't happen there.
So Liverpool barely.
Yeah. Liverpool over 2.5.
Liverpool win over 2.5.
Yeah.
Then we've done the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
Brentford at home to Chelsea.
In the evening, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Enzo Maresca did.
So Chelsea win.
Oh.
And they are caught on in a good game.
Manchester United, because it's yard. No, say, okay, so when I look at Mourinho, okay, Mike, you have a show of one.
Brentford. So Arsenal not now for Kiki.
2-1 win Arsenal.
2-1 win Arsenal. Brentford Chelsea.
For Chelsea win.
Chelsea win. And then Liverpool Burnley.
Jeez, Liverpool win on the 2.5.
All right. Akomea, the same.
Liverpool Burnley. Early kickoff. So I'm going to fix Simaka. Honest, why? Arsenal did not tell me. But open the film there. Wait up on the streets.
Wherever it is.
Early kickoff for the must have international break. Fresh. He took the save there.
And a new coach syndrome.
But risky deal.
And what a go bring any good in
Then Liverpool Burnley.
Liverpool to win it over 1.5.
Then Brentford Chelsea. Go. All right.
I bet. Brentford Chelsea go. Who do we carry that straight? And I say acquired this.
So let's move to the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid have started the season in perfect fashion. Barcelona slipped, and Madrid have the advantage. Madrid have an away trip to Real Sociedad, who are not playing that well. Then Barcelona at home against Valencia. In between, there is Villarreal, who are in form, and they travel to face Atletico Madrid, who are also having their own issues. Guys, let's look at these 3 games briefly. Barca-Valencia definitely should be a win for Barcelona.
Mike, yes, I think so. But at the same time, unless Barcelona proves to us that they've overcome that particular kind of attitude they have before going for the international break. Personally, me can't you say, you see, last time on the show, I catch you say, ego gives you courage, but humility will give you wisdom. Ego be more apikutu, but so sometimes when you get the courage, you need to make sure that you get to a certain stage that you humble yourself. Now the COVID. The show Barcelona team now. No, a lot of things have gone on within the team. As some of the players were beginning to exhibit certain attitudes, which are put in a crack eye in their post-match press conference, and they will need to show it against Valencia. Whole game, like I don't think it's going to be a walking impact for Barcelona. Looking at how our highlight and City, and I think say as a Flick is not ready to change it. Frankie de Jong, injury situation. Gavi, injury situation. So when Frankie fit, sorry for them.
Frankie is fit.
or it fit, no bit my partner paper. Yes, they could literally control the game, all of this. But let's not underrate the Valencia team. Mike, they are also good. So this is a game, personally. Send me Kuma Kassendi, Kofi Kese, Papa, you be there to it, Meko for goose.
But what's this Barca attitudinal problem that a lot have speculated about? Are we not trying to misjudge the whole situation in a team full of quality? And then there is an emergence of a certain star. Definitely, other players will want to do more to also to be acknowledged. We should encourage healthy competition. Even if I'm jealous of Akomea's success, it means I also want to be like him. Should it not be positive enough? Should it be a problem?
I think, sir, Pennyford say, Tiye Marifi.
Okay.
Since last season, Barca has been doing well. And with the leading massman being Lamine Yamal.
Ibanez Nazareth.
He also come from. So, yes, I think the attitude is becoming a problem. And the attitude is starting from even the outside of football and inside football on the pitch. I mean, like I said, Tiye Marifi, since last season, I've been playing well and everybody's mentioning their names. And we actually thought they are supposed to be winning the Champions League and all that. And we think even this season, they are even part of the favorites. And their leading massman already has started exhibiting some attitude for which amount 4% I said, and fire now 18 or so.
Because personally, I belong to that school of thought. I think it is okay for a kid to get carried away. And yet Norma said, at his young age, his name is being mentioned in very serious football conversations. He will feel proud. But then again, it helps him to appreciate the challenge. Then he needs to work hard. Then let's ask the question. Is he working hard? But is he working harder? Is he eager to do more than he has done? If he is, personally, I don't have an issue. Especially when off-pitch lifestyle is not conflicting with on-the-pitch lifestyle.
You see, yesterday
That is my
I read a tweet about Andre Santos.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah?
Chelsea.
Yes. He said that when he came to the Premier League, he had to, in fact, from Strasbourg, he had to find a new team around him. Nutritionist, psychologist,
Yeah.
and this team,
Yes.
one player. And it has influenced his football right now. Even as such,
Yeah.
I feel, yes, you can have the talent. You can be working hard. But trust me, as a footballer, or expiry date 8 years. Normal human beings, who did 30 something years, you say, yeah,
I think I'll be a bomber.
but as a footballer, who did 30 something years old. If you don't really take good care of yourself and you think you are working hard, with time, something can happen. And with Lamine, I'm not against the challenge and all. I feel he has to control it. And someone has to be in charge. But probably never so who will control the system? Look at Kylian Mbappe. Oh no, 22 years. And some people know you how you use credit card.
Yeah.
Do you get it? These things are important. They put you in shape and for you to be focused. Another thing is, the answer of Lamine, he is actually the savior and the leader of the team right now. And when you foresee the idea chase here, the idea
Yeah.
so automatically, somewhere, somehow, it affects some of their kids. So, it's me book kind of bit my you see. So psychologically, if Lamine Yamal, me mates, I think my boy is I'm so talented. I'm so should be even Jimmy Dinkaka. And it gets in their head, and that is when that attitude comes inside. Will be a percent or get in
Okay. So everybody wants to be the star of it.
Exactly. And even the high line flick is playing right now will be actually even Garcia in the interview. He said it. Also, right now, teams have started knowing how to play. So right now, they are even thinking about how to tweak things on no Garcia. So meaning that apart from the high line, the attitude of
Where's
the
the happen for?
Basa.
Sasim Nanam Peso Kapamo Mote.
So right now, you're chum. So it means that they have to even twitch things, change things. And attitude is also a problem because right now the players at here I'm a referee, they feel okay, they are still Barca and order. And you see, right now Barca has gone to a standard where right now it's beyond tactics. Right now, it's the mentality. Right now they feel confident enough that wallahi we should two pair. So right now, how they are playing, you can see they're not even giving much. The attitude is the problem, but they always win. Why? Because the mentality is there.
But they will come back.
Exactly. But I don't know if the mentality can hold them out.
So you believe there are issues?
Yes, there are issues. Obviously,
There are issues that they need to sort out.
they have to.
But they should beat Valencia, definitely. Valencia should be beaten by Barca.
Yeah, it will be a close call, but they will still win.
Yeah.
But I know it will be around the scoreline will be at maybe a 2-goal margin. I'm sure.
Fee, let me give you Atletico Madrid Villarreal. Marcelino doing excellently at Villarreal. On the opposite side, Simeone is beginning to face some criticism, especially from people you expected to back him. That maybe his time is nigh. You see, he's your church with more Inga.
I think Simeone Inzaghi has to.
Diego Simeone.
You love Simeone Inzaghi. He's my guy. You love him. He's my guy.
Hey.
He's my guy. Like, since Simeone Inzaghi was the kind of person that when last season, if like you put the bets together, now came down corner.
Resta.
Inter. We're more feel brutal. But that Champions League for and get but Inzaghi that was on United. Simeone Inzaghi. Oh no.
Simone Inzaghi.
Yes, man is that.
He's Simone Inzaghi.
Yeah, Simeone Inzaghi.
And I'll pay Filippo more.
No. Simeone Inzaghi. Oh, so say
This is striker coach. Is he going down?
Simeone Inzaghi.
What way back?
You see, the aura or some aura or bond is sealed to the now in session, but now the white shirt and all that. Yeah.
What I like about Simeone is that he will follow the ball everywhere.
Ah!
Wherever the ball is going, Simeone is. Sorry, but yeah, Diego Simeone, I think the time is up. I think that for what he has done for Atletico, they are struggling to let him know that the time is up. And they're holding on to him. But the time to is up. I think that's 2 games that they've played. Especially the one that they played just before the international.
Auchi? Was it Auchi?
Yeah, they played Mallorca and Auchi. I was particularly disappointed in Atletico Madrid.
But I know it should be Deportivo. Yes, I started.
How he set up the game plan. He's struggling to even use Solo and even how to manage how to bring in Griezmann or even Julian Alvarez into the team. I'm particularly not enthused about how well Diego Simeone is in the job, but I think the time is up. One coach, however, Michael, who has been very impressive is Xabi Alonso. And I said it the last time that a lot of people are expecting Xabi Alonso to do a lot of tactical changes. And we've said it again here, that there's a lot of focus about football when it comes to tactics because it's nice. And maybe some of us like to talk about it a lot. And people think that that's the only thing. In fact, football, essentially, it's about the simple decision making. The decision to bench Vini, the decision to start the season with balance in mind and not just winning games. Starting Franco Mastantuano, knowing that the team needs a certain level of control and a creative mind in Ada Güler, and saying that when I have Rudiger faith, I have Militao faith, and I have Dinaxen faith. Dinaxen is the constant. Either one of them has to partner him to get a cold and hot set of centre backs to help the team. I think that was very, very instrumental. Very instrumental for Xabi Alonso. The team hasn't done too much in terms of tactical changes, but they've just done the simple things. The game against all those games, I think it was Vallecano also. When Trent Alexander-Arnold moved forward to go and attack, you see that Federico Valverde drops into the hole. He understands that.
I think that was against Mallorca.
Mallorca, right? You understand that this is what the team has to do. You go, I come, you go, I come. And that is why today I was not shocked that there is a survey from the CIEPS who are saying that Madrid has a 46% chance of winning the Spanish La Liga. I think it's a little bit too much. Maybe it's been a little bit over-exaggerated. But then they showed when we come to this season, nobody really gave Madrid a dog chance. We said that, okay, post Carlo Ancelotti, Zaman is just coming, you have some issues, Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo. But then he keeps on saying that dropping Rodrigo goes not because he had an issue with Rodrigo. It is just because in that team, he felt he needed balance. And Franco Mastantuano would give him the work that he has to do without the ball. To the extent that I believe strongly that when Jude returns, still Ada Güler has his place. And Jude has to come and fight for that left-hand side role of Franco Mastantuano. For him to work hard for the team when the team doesn't have it. Benching Vinicius Jr. in that game, Vini came back and Romario, the Brazilian great, spoke about it that he didn't think that was a punishment to Vini. It was just led to get the best out of Vini. And you see, some of these young boys, they always want to prove a point. How do you get a young and brilliant boy to prove a point? Let him know that you think that he's not good enough. You also want to challenge that he is good enough. He came from the bench, created an Mbappe goal, and then scored one himself. And that is what you want for the Madrid team. We are also not paying attention to how it looks like Kylian Mbappe is finding his best form. Especially in that Club World Cup where his stomach had an issue. He didn't play in a lot of the games and came back. Gonzalo Garcia, we thought that Gonzalo was going to be the guy.
Gonzalo Garcia is here to even start a single game for a man.
Exactly. Now Mbappe is hitting the ground running. Pam, pam, pam. This is a guy that we need to be careful of because he is really going to take Madrid place. In fact, I think and I have a funny feeling that this is the Mbappe season. Especially in the Spanish La Liga. I don't know about the Champions League.
After 40 goals last season.
Yeah, I think that this is the Mbappe season. I think this is
50 goals.
Yeah, I think that is the Mbappe season.
Possible.
I think this is the Mbappe.
Especially when he's also going to take charge of penalties duties.
Yeah.
Definitely he should get more goals. So, guys, your predictions again. Barcelona, Valencia, I think they've done justice to it. So, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, then Real Madrid away at Real Sociedad.
A double chance Villarreal.
Double chance for Villarreal.
Yeah.
At Atletico.
Yes.
You believe they will score?
Yes, they will score. Go. Both can score. Both teams will score. Obviously.
Then double chance.
But double chance Villarreal.
Okay. Then Sociedad, Real Madrid.
So Sociedad. That's a tough. Madrid win and over 1.5.
3 for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Fee. Real Sociedad, Real Madrid.
Madrid straight win. Madrid straight win. Both teams will score no.
Don't think Sociedad.
Yeah, they're not scoring there. That's a very, very solid Madrid team.
Then, okay, they've considered 1 goal in 3 games.
Yeah.
2 clean sheets.
Atletico Madrid at home. And give Diego Simeone the benefit of the doubt. A double chance at home.
Double chance out.
Yeah.
Akomea.
Yes, my God. Villarreal difficult task. I don't think he can give him of a lot of goals.
Yeah.
At most, I think over 1.5. Over 1.5. Safely I'll go for that because the last few games have shown that. Atletico 1-1 against Mallorca.
And Villarreal scores.
Villarreal scores. Alaves 2-1. 2-1. That's up over 1.5 for that game. Real Madrid to win in the half.
Against Sociedad.
Against Sociedad.
Good one. I am one for the bold predictions.
Killer prediction.
See, maybe a score draw between the Atletico Villarreal game. 2-2, 3-3. Villarreal to score first and shock Atletico. Then they'll bounce back, feel they've had the game in their hands, and then they'll sleep again. That's how I see it. It will be a topsy-turvy affair. They'll go here and we'll come there. I think it's a tricky one. Maybe Madrid winning 1-0. Probably. Because Sociedad at home are always tricky customers. They have a certain energy they bring with them. Yes, exactly. That is when that Japanese boy, what is his name?
Kumo.
Kumo.
Then I think
He acts like he's prime Messi. They don't have his.
Then I think I like Akomea's option.
Yeah,
Either half Madrid to win, either half.
exactly.
Or
But still, Madrid win.
Yeah, I see them winning like a 1-0.
Madrid win the score.
A 1-0 result won't be. But I agree with you. I don't see both teams scoring.
Yeah.
So maybe 1-0 since it's a call for them. We'll have to wrap up with Italy. We have the 254th Italian derby or Derby d'Italia. Juve against Inter Milan. Inter with a clean slate in terms of players and their health. For Juve, a couple of injuries, but not really regarding their starting level. Maybe the only one will be Conceição. So what happens here?
Mike, I love the Italian game. Tactically is one of the best in the world. I think Igor Tudor is here to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he's the man to win the league for Juventus. I like his style, maybe from the point that he literally has control over this team in terms of the players. That is one thing I love about him. But in terms of getting the best out of this team, I'm yet to say it.
Okay.
I'm really yet to say it. I was really scared for Kivu more than Igor Tudor. But now I'm scared for Igor Tudor more than Christian Kivu.
But he has a 100% start.
I know.
High 50.
Yes, I know he has a 100% start.
Okay.
Whenever I watch Igor Tudor's games, it is something that I believe that is not quite sustainable. There are certain games he's really going to lose. He's going to lose and lose well. You look at Kivu's Inter Milan team and you realize that no, this is a team that still has something that got to do with Simone Inzaghi still working within them.
Are you talking about this commission?
Nothing. No, even the system and everything. Everything looks good. You know, even in the club worker, almost creative chances. But play. The same thing also happened in some of the league games on our ball and see. Almost creative chances. But pray. But we are not. I'm not slipping off. With that, you can literally understand that no, the team will gradually pick up their mojo because it looks like they are still suffering from what happened between Oni PSG.
Okay.
Mentally, as I'm not sure about
Agreed.
5. It is written in the history books. Only Nipa saw Champions League.
Yeah.
They will need to wake up from that, and they have enough experience within their setup. Nicolo Barella is still there.
Yeah.
But Akomea, to rival your points, I think Inter have to let them go. You see, Inter and the Italian teams, they are holding on to their jewels. And it's the reason why some of these teams in mainstream Europe don't come there. When Chelsea needed a left centre back, they were looking at Bastoni. But immediately you go to it and they'll tell you 100 million.
Yes.
So Bastoni will stay there. They need to change it. They need something else in that Inter team.
Something has to give.
Yeah, Barella probably has to move on. Bastoni has to. What's he doing there? No, he has to move on. You see, Mkhitaryan, he has to move on.
See, no.
You look at even the back line at Inter. There are lots of things that have to change. Today, if you tell me they want to play Acerbi, the highest level of football, he can't.
I think
One of the reasons why they cannot. But I'm saying that, you see, that is why I was sad that Simeone Inzaghi left. But then I wasn't sad because on the footballing level, what was he going to do? He could not transform this team. When Conte told them after winning that league that they need to invest in that team, Conte had to go. Some of these things, sometimes you overlook it. But Simeone Inzaghi stayed for far too long.
But I think under Tavu, Aslani, no opportunity.
Aslani is a young player. He used to play at under Simeone.
No opportunity. Or Wobinga. The who Adam Praktik, it was no opportunity.
Aslani, Zaleski, this German dark guy. What's his name? Young Bissek. These are young players that Simeone Inzaghi brought into. He is good. They are good. These are good players. But that's why they need to change things. Acerbi, life has to move on from him. Life has to move on from. See, there's Adam Freeze in the last series has been talking about the Premier League. He wants to move on. Inter today cannot be reliable. I'm telling you. Christian Kivu. Look at the last game that they played. The first game, it was good. I said, okay, it was really good. Christian Kivu, let's see. But when they make proper teams, they're struggling. Where are they playing? Are they Giuseppe or they are going away to Turin?
They're going to the Allianz Stadium.
Going to Turin, they will be walloped. Mark it on the wall.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. I think naturally Italians are passionate and they are loyal. They always like to keep things. Italians, look at their buildings. Look at their shoes. Look at them. This city that is on water. Venice. Yes. They like to keep the old stuff. They are loyal to that. So, Nona are affecting even with their games.
But that can also be a problem.
Yes, we understand. But Italians naturally don't like to invest. Even it's not the Juventus.
And it also we can pay.
It
is a case of there's not enough money to spend.
But you see, another Fiifi can. They have jewelry that they can actually sell and invest. But you see, so they want to keep that. That was available for £22 million. Obiano or Fano.
Now that is
About for 20 Obian, if what your time the price of you just by even £90 million feel.
There's an F one.
F for Obiaso, minimum
But it's a game I think that will be interesting. Okay, don't forget that Kanji made that switch to Inter Milan. He's one of their new additions, so he will have to
see.
Then
Igor Tudor is there a good coach, but then he beats.
So you think Juve will end the win?
Home of the tourists,
Yeah.
Can you this to score? Juve will be there.
A double chance. Juventus. I won't be comfortable saying Juventus will win. Juventus plays 3-4-3.
Yeah.
That is what I will place. Chivo plays 3-5-2.
Yeah.
They all play 3 back. But one defensive. That is Inter Milan. Juventus are more attacking, and it's more like Amorim's, structure.
Okay.
Locatelli, then Thuram, the energetic midfielders to allow the CCB.
I think Rice Openda is in there now, right?
Yeah, Openda.
Yeah, Openda is there. There is
Can I use this?
yes, Jonathan Davis,
Vlahovic.
and all that. The midfield, the only difference is that Thuram is energetic and a midfield dynamo, but Locatelli is a more of a deep line playmaker. So it means that it is actually close to a marine structure, but not the same. But when you look at Inter Milan structure, the midfield of 5 already they said they're not more and they are very compact. So it won't be easy like Juventus best channel.
It may not be easy, but I said no.
So where do you want?
It may not be easy, but I said no.
Prediction more pedio
Senior.
Since Juventus is playing home,
Yeah.
double challenge Juventus.
Double chance you.
But
Double chance you.
but if you can see for go corners over 7.1.
Okay. Akomea.
I think Inter is not just in the same.
Inter wins.
Now, cash me anywhere you near that.
See, since the two coaches are not Italians and there is no one in that technical team by name Allegri, it means there will be goals. So both teams to score over 2.5. I think it is a very good option to choose. Inter will get a goal, Juve will get a goal, maybe multiple.
Would you score over 2.5?
Yeah, over 2.5.
Possible is
It's a good option.
Yeah.
I think
Don't goals in there. Then there is AC Milan, Bologna. Pick ones.
AC Milan, Bologna. Remember Bologna handicap 2 goals.
Bologna
Handicap 2
plus 2.
plus 2.
Okay. And where else? Napoli.
Napoli away to Fiorentina.
Yeah, if you're
Remember Napoli in that game also handicap 2 goals.
handicap 2.
Yes.
So I think I'll have to go.
Also, you
for-
come 5 off. Oh, Hanuma.
Roman Napoli moment I said
Remember Napoli?
Fiorentina.
Napoli handicap plus 2
So
goals.
when what we've discussed, guys,
Bologna. Bologna
you-
did also.
if you want to look out for options for the Premier League, I think we've mentioned them. Spain, we've done same.
One year in
Italy,
Roma. Roma
the
versus
same.
Torino.
Roma against Torino, definitely.
Parma, who is Parma playing?
Obon went for
Parma, Carlos
against
Costa. Is he at
Roma.
home?
And then for Parma, hold on a bit for me, let me confirm.
Parma is playing Cagliari.
Parma
Parma away. Away to Cagliari.
They will get an away goal.
Yeah, Parma getting an away goal.
It's possible.
Over 0.5.
That is a game that is a goal. What was it in Como? Como away.
Como is playing home on Monday.
Como Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's wait. But then for me, Milan win and go. In fact, in the Italian Serie A, all the games are going on Saturday.
Go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that is it. We close the chapter or that discussion
Because what's Atlanta?
for Atlanta leads. No problem. Atlanta, I formate them straight.
Right, Atlanta and Christian Jurisic. Atlanta and Christian Jurisic. Don't put it in any slip.
Atlanta is actually that club.
Team.
So the next car misled one. Mental. On that note, we end today's session. We'll be back. Just enjoy us during the weekend, and we'll be back on Monday to bring you more.